Zombie apocalypse.
What is up, guys and gals? Space Unicorn here, bringing you your first ever lineup versus lineup viewer suggested. So what we do is we had you guys submit to me your builds, what you thought was the best lineup possible, what you were having success with in the world of Frag. So what that means is I'm going to take your guys' lineups, I'm going to pit them against each other. We have a bunch of different matchups that'll be coming your way. So today, what we are going to do is we're going to start with Terrence versus Mir Saif. Terrence's lineup is right here in front of Soldiertron, Rip and Finn, Ronin, Blot, and Shinobi. Very interesting, very strong attack cards in that lineup, with a very interesting flank in the Shinobi card. We'll see how that plays out for him here. It could work very well, it could work very poorly. You just don't know till you feel the lineup out. Sometimes the sum of the parts are greater than the sum of the individual cards. And then we have Mir Saif's lineup right over here. Crystal, the Boss, Soldiertron, and Blot and Lucha. This is going to be a very good lineup as well. It has a little bit more defensive fallback than Terrence's, but I think we're going to start with Terrence's lineup and just see if these parts play together well. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to come to a map, and I'm going to bring you guys right back as soon as we get a match. Alrighty, here we go by the look of it, that little stutter step. Let's see how Terrence's lineup performs. So the thing with his lineup, it's going to come down to what card is going to be our primary range damage dealer. This is the only weakness I'm seeing in this lineup right off the rip, is it doesn't really have a lot of range. So if you're playing against somebody who plays a good Crystal or plays a good Andro, it could really struggle. But with that being said, you do have a Ronin who is capable of covering ground extremely quickly and doing huge amounts of damage at the exact same time. So it kind of puts you in an interesting situation in that regards. So let's push up here with the Ronin. Oop, helps whenever I hit the ramp the right way. And he's running a Mimi. Interesting pick there, buddy boy. Let me go over here and just, I don't know, attack this tower. What do you guys think? Attack the tower? Yeah, attack the tower. Attack the tower space. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'll attack the tower. But as I suspected, the offensive capabilities of this lineup are very, very good. Now, I do have the concern of range, and the other major concern that I have is, well, how do I want to put this? The other major concern I have here is the defensive capabilities of this build. The cards are good, but they're going to struggle. Get out of here, Striker. You thought you were going to home run me. Take that wave ride. That's right. Ride the wave off the map. Bye-bye, Striker. Alright, so my concern is defensively, these cards, they're going to struggle. Shinobi's not really a good defender. Soldiertron's a good defender, but he really is a better secondary defender than a primary. So I do have that one concern. So realistically, there's two concerns with this lineup. And that's pretty much it, because offensively this lineup is really, really good. It lacks a distance character, so you'll struggle against a player that has good range on him and a good long range attack. But if you can get close, this lineup will hold its own, and I feel confident if you get pressure, it will maintain it. So with that being said, let's go check out Mir Saif's lineup and see how it plays. Now I will say off the bat that Mir Saif's is very similar to what I like to run whenever I run matches. Crystal, Blot, Crystal, Lucha, the Boss, Soldiertron. That's very, very close to what I like to run. The only card I don't run is I run Andro instead of Blot. With that being said, this lineup doesn't have the same weaknesses as Terrence, but it does have a couple weaknesses nonetheless. This lineup's going to require a bit more skill, and it's going to require consistency from your aiming and shooting. So you have those weaknesses. This guy's name is Ronin. Ugh, he's going to automatically lose. So we'll see here. So like I said, the primary weaknesses for this lineup, let's start with first, the one thing I really like is that this has a ranged character. One thing I always recommend for people who are playing is you're going to need at least one ranged character, whether that be an Andro, a Crystal, or just something that you can put some distance on and put the hurt on people before they get on top of you. Now I know you can use Rip and Finn to do that, but Crystal's just a little bit better at it. Now with that being said, this lineup's weakness is actually pretty interesting. This one's weakness isn't necessarily the offense, it's the AI. So Rip and Finn, like what I mean by this is Rip and Finn, Shinobi, Lucha, and Blot, well, not Blot, but Lucha have very, very good AI. In this game, he just has the Lucha and the Soldiertron, who, while exceptional cards on their own, the AI is not great from the other cards that are participating here. So that's a weakness, believe it or not. Like, as much as I love Crystal, her AI is garbage. And as much as I love Blot, his AI is garbage. So it's kind of interesting in that regards that he has these cards on offense that are going to struggle. He has one really good AI card, and that's Lucha. And I've always said if you're not running Lucha, you're losing matches. So it's an interesting situation. It's an interesting conundrum to try and solve. Now, he does have a better defensive front with the Boss and Soldiertron there, the 1-2 punch, as I like to call it, on the defensive side. It puts you in a very interesting and advantageous position in any match against any opponent. Anytime you have a card you can rotate back to, it will help you. So, with that being said, between these two lineups, who would win? Well, it comes down to who's playing their cards better. Now, with that being said, if I'm playing both these lineups, I'm going to win a bit more with Mahir Saif's lineup than I would with Terrence's lineup. But Terrence's lineup is still just as capable. The only difference between the two is that Mahir has a little bit more range and Terrence has a little bit more rush. So it comes down to how your playstyle meshes. And for me personally, Mahir Saif's lineup will take this one, but only barely, and it's a lot closer than people think it is in regards to the cards. Like I said, the only real weakness here, but the big thing that separates these guys is the distance attack. He needs a card that is enabling him to poke at distance in order to win more consistently, in my hands anyways. Now, with that being said, Mahir Saif's lineup lacks offensive power due to the poor AI of a couple of his cards. But at the end of the day, I will win more with his lineup than I will with Terrence's. Terrence's lineup is fantastic, though, and I would recommend you guys go check it out if you want to try something different. So that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you legends in the next one. Bye-bye.